everyone, listen, as a culture coming into this year, the truth is, as a culture, we were bored, we were not paying attention, and we weren't evolving as quickly as we should. Mm-hmm. And this, I'm telling you, man, this pandemic will be responsible for a new government in our country within the next 5 years. That's how drastically this is beginning to change things. And the truth is, it should have happened, but there were forces at play keeping them from happening. Let me give you an example. People talk about, like if you go to the mall now, the malls are failing across America. Well, the truth is that was happening 5 years ago. So it's not COVID-19 that the malls are failing because they failed to provide an experience that was so much better than somebody shopping for shoes online, okay? So right. Because they failed to provide a better experience, they began to fail because the market forces simply require the best to end up surviving. But we have bureaucracy, and we've had banks that are lending money to Neiman Marcus and some of these big companies to keep them up and alive longer than they should have. And all of a sudden COVID-19 pushes, look, these things were already happening. This is not new. This is like America's distrust in science. That wasn't new. Now we're just like, wait a second, I have two scientists. One says one thing, one says the opposite thing, and both of them are like, you should trust in science. Well, eventually you're like, maybe I should start to do my own research. That was happening before COVID-19. It just accelerated. So the truth is, all these changes were due. It's just that the pressure cooker of hyper-evolution just creates this change. And as a business owner, it's so painful. I've had a lot of sleepless nights, man, trying to figure out how to change and do things virtually. But when you make the change, your speed creates momentum that creates revenue for you in the future.
Right. And, the other thing, too, is we said this earlier was, on the other side of this, it is unfortunate a lot of martial arts schools are going out of business and gyms and any type of fitness-based business. But if you weather the storm, if you persevere and you keep moving forward, on the other side of this, you are going to reap those rewards. And something not as drastic but similar happened in, 2008. We went through the financial crisis, and all the banks and that part of the industry collapsed. And a lot of people started eliminating what they thought were unnecessary expenses, gym memberships, martial arts memberships, things like that. A lot of schools closed, not as many as during this period, but a lot of schools went out of business during that time for those same reasons. And then on the other side of it, we get to 2010, 2011, all of a sudden there was that, and we've been riding that wave now for the last 7-8 years. So